Your Uncle Don't Know Nothing podcast. Your host, Sauce, the analyst, Doc Prime, Big Play Joe, MJ the Playmaker, and Coach Peyton.
Let's keep it pushing, man. The NFL draft tomorrow. I can't wait to see it, man. Listen, they done shook this thing up. So they done took this thing and shook it up, man. Like they got. I'm listening today. They talking about, Shador might go 21st overall, or they might catch him 12th in the second round. I mean, not 12, but catch him in the second round. 44 and all that. I'm like, where y'all getting this from? I mean, it could be true. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, they got, Jalen came. What his name is? The boy from Philly. He was what, number 53, the 53rd pick.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. But they shaking this thing up, and I think it's just for talking points, man. Because I think a lot of stuff don't nobody believe. Like they throwing stuff around. But the dark horse fellas, what's the team? What's your dark horse team, right? That could get a pick, maneuver their way into a pick, grab somebody, and can make it into the postseason.
I'm gonna surprise both of y'all, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Lord.
Dallas is a running back away. They got CD Lamb. I always say that you don't need 2-star wide receivers in the NFL no more. That's dead. You just need a competent second and a main top blower.
Oh, that was crazy.
So, you said, hey, yo.
Got CD Lamb. Y'all just missing that running back. And the defense is going to do what they got to do as far as Zimmerman. I mean, it's going to shape out. I didn't make the playoffs last year.
I agree.
Bro, we got Philly and DC in our division. Look, we have no secondary. We can't listen, man. This is a quarterback league. We can't stop nobody.
Yeah.
Once the ball go in the air, the other team guaranteed to catch it. And with Dak Prescott, man, he giving opportunities to the other team.
See, when I think about a dark horse, I'm thinking about one. We're talking about adding one player and changing the situation.
Yeah.
I think with Dallas, you can add a whole crew.
Facts on that defensive side of the ball.
More than just one player.
Hey, remember in 2016 when y'all got Zeke, and I was talking to you on Sauce. I said, man, that boy Zeke Elliott gonna be good for y'all. He said, let me look him up. He said, oh yeah, all right. And then he turned out to be a superstar. And y'all team turned over.
Whoa. Let's don't put superstar unless you got a championship.
Oh, stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Pro.
Can't do that.
He was all pro for years.
Zeke was an all-star. He was definitely
he was all pro.
Running back.
I mean, okay. I guess I'm just because I'm a Dallas fan and I got all this superstar, all-star, and I ain't got no championship.
I mean, it's a lot of them though. Barry Sanders ain't got one, so we can't do that.
I'll give you. I agree. I agree with Sean, man. I agree. I agree with the Cowboys, but I'm gonna say the Cardinals. Now the Cardinals need a wide receiver. There's 14 wide receivers out there. It's top 100. So wide receivers, they can get them. First round, second round, third round. They can get a wide receiver. They need O-line. There's 16 of them out there. And they need a defense. They need a defensive line. There's 16 top 100 edge rushers. There's 12 defensive tackles, top 100. And they also need a corner, which there's 12 of top 100 of there too. So they can get one of each. And then boom, they're set. So I think the Cardinals, they have a quarterback, they have a top wide receiver, and they can get another one in this draft. I think the Cardinals is definitely a dark horse.
That makes sense.
I agree.
So I'm listening to the criteria, and I'm hearing that they can make the playoffs. And I feel like both with the idea of the Cowboys and with the Cardinals, I don't think they can make the playoffs because there's teams in that division that I don't think they can be better than. Who I'm looking at is I think the Panthers are a dark horse. The young quarterback, he actually had a better season under a different head coach. Coaching matters. I think if they get a couple good pieces and they continue to improve in that weak division, I mean, they probably got to win 10 games and they're going to win the division. I see them making the playoffs as a dark horse candidate.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons, they are the other dark horse because
Atlanta
they
Falcons?
have now, yes, Atlanta Falcons have the running back. They got the QB. They kicked Kirk Cousins out. They're trying to trade him now. They just need a couple of pieces on defense, and they are straight. And the defensive minded coach of Raheem Morris, he was running the defense last year, and
Hold on.
the
You think
Falcons
Penix
did
is any
good.
good? You think Penix is any good?
Oh
Yes.
yes. Oh yes.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Penix
Joe,
is good.
man, Penix, man, he was coming through.
Oh
Man, you
yeah.
see that, man? Yes. Penix is
Him
gonna take.
and
He's
Drake
the Bo
London
Nix.
together.
He's the Bo Nix of last year, but he just didn't make the playoffs. Now his second year, you're gonna see the progression. I think if they would started him and got rid of Cousins in the beginning of the season, I think that Atlanta would have made noise and would have been playoff contenders. They lost a lot of close games, and
Yeah, and
yes,
he only
So
came in at the end of the season. So if
he
he
started-
had time, I think he would have been a phenomenal quarterback.
But based on what? He started 3 games. He averaged 155 passing yards a game. He threw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. What about that tells you he's like gonna be breaking the mold? And if he played the whole season, they would have done something. They were 1-2.
yeah. Brock Purdy did the same thing. He wasn't throwing all that when he first got in the game.
But Brock Purdy was playing on an all-star studded team. Michael Penix is
Hey,
not.
we talking about dog horses.
What are you talking? I mean,
Yeah,
Brock
he's
Purdy
gonna do
handed
better
it off
next
to
year.
Brock Purdy handed it off to Christian McCaffrey. Penix hands it off to Bijan Robinson, which is probably one of the best running backs in the league. So
Yes.
yeah, it's the same. He just has to get into its flow, and he's be fine.
Mhm.
You see what he did in Washington?
In college,
Yeah, in college, in a pro-style offense. Yeah.
Yes.
I rest my case on that one, man. What you saw what he did in college? Oh, all right.
He only
Hey,
had
we said
3
dog
games.
horse.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
That's all we can do was go in college. We
Yes.
only had 3 games
Yes.
in the NFL.
And look what he did against the Commanders last year in that game, in the raining game. Hey, he was torching them. He was handling his business away
Yeah, he's
against
good,
a playoff team. Now, like I said, that's a dark horse because they have a few pieces on defense.
On defense, yep.
So hold on. So what they need to pick up in the draft?
They need
What did they get out? What they get out the draft to push them over the who? To push them over the edge to get into the playoffs.
Well, you really don't have to go, like Joe mentioned earlier, in the top 100. You don't have to reach for defensive help in this draft. It's a ton of. They need edge. They need because they left Grady Jarrett go, so they're gonna have to put the All Pro back on the DT. They had one linebacker and a corner away. That's it. It's on the defensive side, because the offensive side is taken care of.
So in the first 3 or 4 rounds, they need to draft 4 hitters.
Yeah, and
at those
linebackers is where it's thin in the draft.
Yep.
There's all the top 100. There's only 3 linebackers in the top 100.
Mhm.
There's 12 defensive tackles, and then there's 16 edge rushers. I mean, they're out
That's
there.
a lot. Yeah, they out there.
Hold on. You're talking about you got to get 4 players in the draft at these key positions in a draft that many, I'm not saying it, but I've heard from many people that this is one of the weakest drafts in history. So you think that the Falcons are going to get all of this help? I think the Carolina Panthers just need one good pick and to continue the improvement, and I think they will be better than Atlanta this season.
The Panthers need a whole offensive line, and that's not going to happen in this draft.
Yeah, but you're not looking at whether or not they need a whole offensive line. You're looking at what is the team
They can make the
that
playoffs.
player away from making it to the playoffs. You got to look at the division that they're in. I don't see how the Cowboys could do that with one player because of the talent in the division that they're in. But
Agreed.
I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about teams that are already an improvement but need that one more player. I don't think you can pick 4 players or 5 players. What's the one player? That's what I'm looking at.
But yeah, I think the 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens have the most picks in this NFL draft at 11 apiece. So they will be able to make some noise.
The Baltimore went to the playoffs.
Yeah, we didn't make the playoffs. But I don't consider us a dark horse because people expect us to be in the playoffs next year.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now,
don't try no fan
I
stuff.
don't expect you to be in the
I don't
playoffs.
know.
I'm just keeping it real.
Don't you
I'm
put
just
that
keeping it real.
on
We're not a
the
dark
side.
horse.
Nah,
We are
bro.
not a dark
People are
horse.
expecting them to make the
No one's
playoffs.
expecting
Man,
the
you
Niners
slipped
to be
that
the
in.
playoffs.
I don't
They're
think that's
expecting
true.
us to make the play. We're not a dark horse. Now, one team that we talked about last week is the Saints. If they can get Jalen Milroe on that team, oh my God. In the weak division again, because the NFC South is trash. We can all agree with that. Us 5 will go out there and make the playoffs.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. No, we would.
Yes, we would. Yeah. But yeah, with the NFC South being so weak, we can see it flips every year. So it's just like the NFC East. Like I said earlier, that's why I picked Cowboys as a dark horse because no one has consistently won the division each year, and that's a reason why I picked the Cowboys because they get Amari Hampton. If they get Amari Hampton or Genty,
Or
you're looking at
Judkins.
2016 again. Yeah. No, Ashton. If he fall, but I doubt he fall. But Hampton, I'll go and get Hampton before I get Junkins.
I don't. You putting a lot of hope in a rookie quarterback coming in and being able to lead a team to the playoffs. Is Jalen Milroe as good as Jaden Daniels?
He can be. The scouts got him. See, the NFL scouts
and them in college, I don't think they're comparable, man.
And executives, they said, I think the reason why they ain't talking so much about him because of Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. But if the Steelers go up and get him, they'll be, if Shedeur goes early, I expect the Steelers to go and get him.
Oh, hold on. These executives you were saying, are these the same ones who said Lamar Jackson's supposed to be a wide receiver?
No, not that type.
Oh, okay.
These guys that really now we know that the Alabama jinx at QB is still out there.
Yeah, and he's the worst of all of them. So it's not like he's worse than all the Alabama quarterbacks, and now all of a sudden he's going to be better.
Hey, I'm just saying, they said he's the best running QB they've ever seen. He's a
quarterback they've ever seen.
They seen in a while. He's a Lamar Jackson / Cam Newton.
Son, I'm just gonna tell you this one time.
Yes.
You want to keep working here. Stay off the drugs.
They only said that about Anthony Richardson.
I ain't heard none of that stuff, man. I believe you making this up.
No, I screenshotted it. Man. I got it on my phone. I got it on the phone, but I put it in the chat.
He's the next Cam Newton.
He's in his own world.
Who said that Mace? Who said that Mace?
No. In a second, I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm gonna look. They said he's a mix of Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson.
I'm calling
and this guy not going number one. And he not going number one.
And I'm asking for a review.
Pro offense.
Review that. That's not.
Cap.
Yeah.
Cap.
Cap.
I don't know
Okay.
who your sources are, Sean,
Yeah.
but
I'm telling you.
it's a dude down at 7-Eleven.
I'm going to send it to you all
You
so
might,
y'all can
you
read
might
it
have to,
yourself
might have
in
to
black
edit that.